I work for a medium-sized moving company in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a cool job, hard but satisfying. I haven't had to pay for a gym membership in years. After 6 years, I can say I've seen just about everything. And yes, I've seen that twice. And those things, more times than I can count. For most people, moving day is one of the most miserable experiences imaginable. Since it's my job, I'm used to it, and maybe a little crazy for doing one of life's most stressful tasks every day. After a while, all the moves start to blur together. Every living room has the biggest sofa and rug in the house. No one ever cleans under their bed before we take it apart. And as cute as your pet is, please keep it out of the way so I don't trip and break your furniture. Or myself. The jobs I remember the best are the ones where we get big tips. And, of course, the first job where you have no choice but to use the client's bathroom for, well, you know. But there was one job this past summer that I can't stop thinking about. I'm the only guy from that crew still working here. Marcus and Jeremy quit the next day. It was supposed to be a simple one-day load and unload in South Nashville. Whenever I see a South Nashville job, I try to get Marcus and Jeremy on my team. The three of us worked like a machine, and South Nashville means expensive houses, expensive furniture, and generous clients. I wanted my A-team. The house sat at the end of a long driveway, tucked off the road. You couldn't see it from Google Street View, so we couldn't scope it out. Usually I recognize at least one house on any street I go down, someone I've moved before. But this driveway, I swear I'd never noticed it. When we pulled up, the owner was already waiting on the porch. Elderly woman, maybe late 70s, short, gray hair, floral dress that looked like something from the 60s. It was a big white house, old wooden porch with rocking chairs, and inside, all the furniture was very traditional. She was sweet, but stern. That's fine with me. I like to do a quick walkthrough, then get to work. Jeremy is more of the client chatter. During our pre-move walkthrough, she mentioned,
"That armoire was built by my late husband. He surprised me with it while I was out of town. I'm afraid it may be too big and heavy to move. As much as I love it, I understand if you're unable to get it if it's too heavy."
Movers have a bit of an ego, and we're all a bit crazy. Telling us something is too heavy might as well be daring us to move it. The armoire was a beast, solid wood, all one piece, probably 600 pounds, easy. It sat against the far wall in an office-type room. Now that I think about it, the ceiling in that room was taller than the rest of the house. Marcus and I were the muscle that day. Jeremy handled the dollies and tools. I joked to Marcus, loud enough for the client to hear and ease her nerves. "We've moved worse." We knew if we got this, a big tip was coming our way. We strained to lean it forward so Jeremy could slide the dolly underneath, and it made a sound that no mover likes to hear, splintering wood and cracking paint. Well, there goes our tip. We got it off the wall, and a smell hit us. Old, musty, mothbally. Behind it, we saw a door. The house was old but well maintained. This door, though, looked ancient, like something out of a different century. Oversized, probably 100 pounds, with paint so cracked it was chipping off. No knob, just a hole where one used to be, probably so the armoire could sit flush against the wall. The white paint was flaking off to reveal dark, almost black wood underneath. The wall surrounding it wasn't even finished, just rough, splintered planks. Without taking my eyes off the door, I asked, "Ma'am, did you know there was a door behind here?" We turned around to see her reaction, but she wasn't there. Jeremy went to look for her while Marcus and I examined the door. After a few minutes, Jeremy came back. "She's gone," he said. "Car's not in the driveway either." That wasn't totally weird. Sometimes clients leave to grab lunch or run errands, though they usually tell us first. We figured she'd be back soon. Marcus and I stared at each other. Curiosity got the better of us. He stuck a screwdriver in the hole, twisted, and the latch gave. The door creaked open. The smell grew stronger. What I saw on the other side didn't make sense. It was the same room, the same office we were just in, except everything we had packed into boxes was back in its place. The same furniture, the same rugs. It was like we'd never even started the job. And everything was flipped, mirrored. Marcus went pale. "What the fuck?" I took a step forward into the room. Then the owner walked in from the mirrored kitchen. Or at least, I thought it was her. She looked the same, but slightly off. Her hair was darker. She walked with a limp, and her smile was too wide, stretched at the corners.
"Hey,
She said brightly, like we were old friends.
you ready for lunch?"
Marcus stammered. We were just talking to you in the other room. We thought you left." She blinked.
"Other room?"
I said. "Yeah, that room, behind the armoire. This house, but different." She smiled faintly.
"Oh, that old thing? You can't move it. The man who built this house built it into the wall. I've always hated it."
We looked at each other, uneasy. I turned around to go back through the doorway, but the armoire was back, standing perfectly flush against the wall, like it had never been moved. "Ma'am," I said. "What's going on?" She tilted her head.
"Are you ready for lunch?"
The air felt wrong, too still, too heavy. The smell hung thick and sour, like rot. Marcus whispered, "We need to get out of here." "Ma'am, we're just going to grab a few supplies from the truck," I said. We hustled down the hallway toward the front door, but something was off. The hallway seemed longer. The angles of the walls weren't right. Subtle curves, slants that made you dizzy. The floor felt uneven, like it was shifting under us. When we reached where the front door should have been, it wasn't there. The hallway just kept going. Jeremy said quietly, "Guys, the house is mirrored." The door we came in through. It's on the other side. We turned and ran the other way, weaving through the warped halls. The air grew colder. Finally, we burst into a room that mirrored the office, the armoire standing on the opposite wall. We didn't hesitate. We pulled it until it fell over. When it hit the floor, it broke apart like old rotten wood. The door was there again. We pushed through it and walked back into the same house. Dust hung in the air. The windows were cracked, streaked with grime. Wallpaper peeled from the walls. The air was cold, stale. The furniture, the glassware, the rugs, everything was coated in decades of dust. I called out, "Hello?" No answer. Marcus turned to me, pale. "Get to the truck. Let's get the fuck out of here." I opened the front door. The yard was overgrown, the trees thicker, like years had passed. Our truck was still parked in the same spot, shiny and out of place. The house behind it looked like something from another century. We didn't say a word. We got in and drove away. When we hit the main road, our phones lit up with service again. We called our manager. He didn't believe us until Marcus and Jeremy both quit the next day. He told me to take a week off to rest. Unfortunately, in this industry, when you're inside multiple homes every single day, strange things happen. This wasn't my only weird experience, just the one that still doesn't make sense.